in my blood.
What's up, my pandas? In today's video, I'm bringing you guys another live commentary. Now, the reason why I'm making this live commentary is because I'm letting you guys know that I am back from Texas. I came back Sunday, which was kind of like a long travel day, pretty much, and I didn't get back into Wisconsin until about 11:57, but I didn't get to my house until about 1 in the morning, so it was quite a long day. I'll explain that towards the end of the video, but what I want to start out with is you guys are seeing gameplay of Black Ops 3 right now. But anyway, getting on to the vlogs and stuff for my vacation. Now, there are in total 3 vlogs, and the reason why there are 3 vlogs is because I didn't vlog like every little thing that I did. Now, when I first got there, so I'm going to explain this to you. So, how it went is we left the 6th, and we drove up to Minnesota. So, we drove from Wisconsin to Minnesota, which was like in total like 4 hours, maybe 4.5, around there. And we borrowed my stepdad's mom's vehicle because we didn't want to take my mom's truck up there because, you know, crowded space and all that, even though it was still crowded in her Nissan, and it was just a bunch of hoopla. But anyway, getting into it, we drove there to a hotel in Minnesota, American Inn, which treated us very good, you know, all that stuff. Free Wi-Fi, you know how it goes. But anyway, we stayed overnight, and our flight was leaving Thursday early in the morning. So we had to then take one of the shuttles that the hotel offers to take you to the airport, with leaving our vehicle there in Minnesota for the whole week and a half that I was gone. We left the vehicle there in a parking lot that they rented out at this AMC theater in Minnesota. So what we then did is we got on the shuttle, went to the airport, and it was chaotic. Like, especially for your first time being in an airport and you don't know what to expect. You don't know how security is. You don't know anything like that. The security in Minnesota isn't as strict as the security in Houston. Like, that's a totally different story than the security in Minnesota. They seem to be more lenient on things. So there were some things that we didn't have to do in Minnesota that we had to do in Houston, which, you know, plays on the part of how big an airport is to how big an airport isn't, which you think that there'd be more security, considering the fact that that airport is used a lot. But we took a one-way flight from Minnesota to Texas. And the reason being is because we didn't want to have to do 2 flights to different airports. So if we left out of Madison, we'd end up having to fly to somewhere else to go to Texas. And we didn't want that because we didn't want to have to lose any of our luggage in the process and all this stuff. So we did that. And then get to the part to where we have to go to the terminal or the section to pretty much get on the plane. Well, as we're sitting there, we're waiting, you know, your nerves are just like, oh my gosh, you know, this is my first time on a plane. What happens if it crashes? What about this? What about that? You know, all this stuff. But my nerves are pretty good up until the point we were going to take off, you know, the turbulence. And with my anxiety, it goes crazy sometimes and think the worst, and, you know, but it wasn't bad at all. It was actually fun. It felt like kind of like a roller coaster, you know, and I really love going on roller coasters, so it was really fun. I didn't have a problem being up that high and seeing the world from what it looks like 10,000 feet up in the sky compared to being 10,000 feet on the ground. It's a totally different perspective of the world itself, and, you know, being in this metal tube is, like, you know, weird and all, but it's also cool that you get to be up that high and see what it looks like, what the skyline looks like, what the clouds look like, you know, all that stuff. It was amazing, and I really enjoyed it. Delta Airlines was what we rode on, or flew on. I guess, yeah, that it'd be flew on, not rode on, because if it was rode on, well, I guess it could be both if you think about it, to be honest. I'm taking this way too far, to be honest here. But anyway, they were really nice. They treated us very well. The first airplane I rode on the way there wasn't as luxurious as the second airplane. The second airplane was pretty luxurious compared to the first airplane, but they were really nice to us. They treated us with respect, you know. And this one lady on the first flight that we took to Texas was really, really nice. She was talking to us, you know, saying that it's cool to see a whole family traveling together and all this stuff like that. So, once we arrive at the Houston airport, we have to find our way to our house, which is an hour away. But, like, there was a confusion between meeting my family and picking them up, and they just decided they were going to drive to the house, and we actually drove there. Well, we stopped at a place to eat because we were starving. Like, I was getting dizzy because if I don't eat something, I get really sick, and it's horrible. So, I ate at, I believe it was Denny's, but we ate there, and then we had an hour drive to the house. We get to the house, and it's just beautiful. You guys will see it in the vlog. I believe it's in the first vlog. Yeah, it's in the first vlog for sure. I do a house tour and everything like that in the first vlog. But anyway, we get there, we get our rooms, you know, we get what we need done, and I ended up getting really sick. I don't know why I got sick. I didn't feel sick. I just wanted to sleep, and I pretty much slept the whole time on that first day I was there. I woke up once to go to the bathroom, and I looked at myself in the mirror, and I was as white as a ghost. Like, just white as a ghost. I went out and talked to my mom, I believe, and she saw my face, and I guess I did look white as a ghost, like I said. And I believe it was the next day. I'm not entirely sure. I don't really remember much because I was so, like, out of it that I just didn't know exactly what was going on and all that stuff. But the first 2 days we literally didn't do anything. We chilled pretty much. And then there's a beach that's like right out, like literally out the deck, like right out there. We swam in it with, you know, family and stuff like that. I had lots of fun, to be honest. None of the pictures that I put in the vlogs contain pictures of, like, us in the water and stuff like that. If you guys would like me to make a fourth vlog just containing, like, pictures that I took of me in the water, the beach, or stuff like that, let me know, because I have those pictures. My mom took pictures also of, like, us in the water, so I can get those from her and all that stuff if you guys would want me to post them, because, you know, that has to do with the trip as well. I don't think that I put any selfies of me or, like, pictures of us in the water or anything like that in any of the vlogs that I have. At least that I can remember. There may be some. When I recorded the videos, I tried to edit them the night that I recorded them all, but I didn't upload them until I got back home because it was just, you know, I wanted to just do my own thing there and not worry about uploading a video. And when I did try to upload a video, I accidentally abandoned the video when it was almost uploaded. So I was like, you know what, I have faster upload speed at home, I'll just do it at home. And I did. I literally did it the other day, so you know how it goes. But anyway, getting on with the rest of the trip. We went to some places. I'm going to leave those a secret. You guys can watch the vlogs to find out what those were. Lots of swimming, got some nice sunburn. I didn't look like a big lobster. My nose looked like Rudolph a lot. You know, you compare me to Rudolph, I was definitely him. But other than that, I didn't get really bad sunburn. I was outside for a lot of things, you know, and I just had an overall fun time. I really wish we didn't have to leave so early, but then again, I wanted to get back into the swing of going to work and stuff like that, which is a thing, you know, you have to deal in life. And I actually, you know, had, you know, spent time with family there and got to know what family members are really like and all that stuff. You find out things that you just, you know how it goes. But, you know, lots of late nights, just listening to the beach at night is so calming. Like, I could sleep out there and listen to the beach and fall asleep to it, you know what I mean? Like, I think anybody honestly could. It takes you to a world where your mind is at peace, so to say. You know, if you're having a rough time going out to the beach, just listening to any waterway that you live by is just it's peaceful, you know, and that's why a lot of people do it, you know, and all that stuff. So another thing I want to state about the vlogs before I go into the ending of the trip is that when I post this video, 3 days or 2 days, I'm mainly leaning towards 3 days, I will post a vlog. And you're probably like, why are you going to do that? Well, every 3 days I'm going to upload a vlog because I need to get back into the routine of being back home and doing all this stuff and trying to fix my sleeping schedule again and all this shit, because once you get on a bad sleeping schedule, you stay to it for a while until you can fix it. And right now I've been watching Lockup, which is on Netflix. It's pretty much about county jails and what happens in them and what happens to certain prisoners and stuff like that. It's actually really addicting to watch. Some of the stuff is very interesting. I've always been into cop stuff ever since I was young. But yeah, now getting into the end of the trip. So closing into the end of the trip, we really didn't do much. We did go to a place, but that's also in a vlog, so not going to spoil it. But like the last 2 days, we really did nothing. I went swimming late at night and stuff. Saturday we went swimming. It was really fun, and we spent a lot of time in the water just chilling and swimming. Then when we left, so we had to leave on Sunday, and our flight was at 2 something, and I believe it was 2:30 was when we departed, so I believe 2:14 or something, I don't remember, but anyway, we had to go return a rental vehicle that we were using. Now, the rental vehicle that we were using was like a 15 or some odd passenger van, because we had family staying with us, so we thought it'd be easier to just pile us all in there, which it did, it worked. But anyway, we had to go return that, and we had to return it 2 hours prior to our flight, and we had an hour drive from the house to the rental station. So we ended up getting the car there in time, you know, we weren't late or anything and all that stuff. We get to the airport, and, you know, we decide that we're going to have some snacks before we go to the terminal area. Now, of course, we did have some problems finding certain things, you know. I ended up finding where Delta Airlines was to check in and all that stuff like that. And then we ended up finding where we were supposed to go and all that stuff. So, that wasn't the worst part. So the worst part was that there was bad weather that day. Like, Texas literally didn't want us to go, I swear. So the beach, if you guys know, the tides will rise up to a certain, like, length on beach houses and stuff. Well, it was almost to, like, the front porch, well, the back porch, I should say, of the beach house, which, you know, it was, like, crazy out there. It just didn't want us to leave. And as we were driving, it started pouring down rain and everything. Like, Texas really wanted us to stay there, I swear. But anyway, get in the airport, as I said, and the flight was delayed, and it kept being delayed. And then eventually it arrived, and it was like 2:40 something was supposed to be our departure. Well, we get on the plane after everyone gets off this plane. Now, this plane is the luxurious plane, so there was 3 rows on one side and 2 rows on the other side. So if you don't know what I mean, 3 rows of seats on one side and 2 rows of seats on the other. Now, after we got into the plane and sat down in our seats and whatever we wanted to do, we were, like, all my family, all 6 of us were in 3 seats. Literally, 1 was in front and 1 was behind. That's the only difference. So we were all got seats by each other, which is a good thing if you're a family traveling together. And, like, the plane, you know, they drive it down the runway. If you've never been on a plane, they take this little, like, thing and hook it up to the plane so it can get ready to go, and then the plane just drives itself. Well, as we were getting ready to take off, the captain said that we were going to have a 5-minute wait because of some weather. Well, it ended up being, like, maybe 7 or 8 minutes at the most, and we ended up taking off, and our landing time ended up being at 6 o'clock was when we were going to land in Minnesota. So we did get to Minnesota at 6 o'clock, and once we got into Minnesota, the sky looked awful. Like, it looked bad, and there was tornado warnings and everything, and again, a sign that Texas didn't want us to leave in the first place. But anyway, getting on, to it. We were at Walmart, and that's when the rain like started to pour down. Like it was just pouring down. And we were driving home, and it was getting so bad and all this stuff. And, you know, there were points to where you couldn't even see the road. Like, you couldn't physically see what was in front of you. It was that bad. But we ended up making it to Wisconsin, of course, and then to the house. We almost wanted to stop and get a hotel, but my stepdad didn't want to, so we didn't. And we drove all the way home that day, pretty much into the next day, you could say, because it was literally 1 in the morning when I got home. But overall, I'd say, you know, we're alive. We made it here. The trip was amazing. If we could go again, I definitely would go down there again. We ate at some amazing restaurants. 2 really stood out to me. I don't remember their names. I believe one was Joe's Barbecue. I know that. The other one was like this really fancy restaurant called Grape something. The Grape, I don't know, I don't remember, but it was a really nice place. They had, their steak was aged. Oh my god, I've never had aged steak before. It was so good. Like, I recommend if you go to a restaurant that says it has aged steak, eat it. Like, it may cost a lot, but it was so good. Like, I just recommend that highly. Yeah, that's pretty much all I wanted to say. Now, if you're wondering when the other vlogs are going to go up after I upload the first one, it will, of course, be every 3 days. I'm doing that, get on the swing of things. Not only that, I'm trying to figure out what I'm going to do with my Sims channel. I haven't uploaded. I don't know when I'm going to. Right now, I'm not really into recording videos. Fortnite, I kind of stopped uploading Fortnite videos for now because I'm not into, like, I mean, I play it, but I'm not into recording videos on it right now. That's pretty much because it's like, I don't know how to describe it. Like, you know, it's kind of like a trend. Fortnite's like a trend, you know, you get bored of trends. And I'm not saying I'm bored of Fortnite, because I still play Fortnite. It's just, I just don't really know how to describe the feeling of recording Fortnite, I guess. I mean, the only time I honestly play Fortnite is when they have 20v20 or 50v50. Now, if they have 50v50, I am down to play it all the time. 20v20 is, I'm not really a big fan of it, but it's whatever, I'll still play it. But if it's like, there's no events that consider those two things, I don't play. And if I do, it's only to do challenges, that's about it. If you guys have any questions at all about anything, please leave them down in the comment section. And also, I want to state this before I leave too. Yes, I will be playing Black Ops 4 when the beta comes out for it. I don't know when that is, but I definitely will be playing it. And I don't know if they still give you 2 codes or 1, but I think I may give my brother the other code because he likes Black Ops. But anyway, guys, I'm going to leave you guys with that. If you guys enjoyed this video, please smash that like button, comment if you wish, and subscribe if you're new. Hope you guys have an awesome day, and peace out, my friends.